Hey everybody, Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and I was going to make a girder real quick, a real quick girder. I don't know how good it's going to look, it's just an idea that I had. I'm just going to get a piece of cardstock and kind of cut a straight line, and I'm going to kind of cut it to the length I want my girder to be. I'm going to get a thinner piece of cardstock, I'm going to cut another straight line. 1, 2, something real easy like that. I'm going to cut these off so that they're the same length as that. I'm just going to use scissors, nothing fancy. And look, these are all roughly the same size too. Who'd have thought? So anyways, I'm going to get my thick piece here. I made a girder for another video, but for some reason I just wanted to do this real quick. I don't know if I'm going to even put this video out. I just felt like doing this because I didn't want to go upstairs. Okay, just like that. And do another one just like that. Make sure that it's on there kind of flush and good. Hold it in place. You can really sturdy this up if you want to and add another little thin bead of glue in there. Not mandatory, but you can do it. And that's really going to make this strong. If you don't like this showing here, just get a little bit of that there. Shove it in the holes. Just like that. Just like that. Nothing fancy. She's an easy lover. Okay, then you're going to have some spider webs and some stuff. You're just going to clean it up. And that is a simple girder. You're going to have more spider webs if you're doing what I'm doing and holding it like this. Smart guy would have got himself a piece of tweezers to do that. But there you go. Simple, easy girder. It's really overscale and big, and it's ridiculous. And what's the greatest thing about it being overscale and big and ridiculous and warped and stuff is if you're trying to sell a world that's built in the future where we don't have precise measurements and machines that are making stuff, and we're building this stuff from scratch, or we're making it the best practice we can and we don't know the real ways. This kind of stuff is cool. And what's nice about something like this is I can even kind of, it's cardboard, I can even kind of bend it and damage it and use it in structures different ways. And say like this, say I broke this and that ripped, you know what, that's fine. I'll just get a little bit of glue. I'll fill that hole in and let that cool. See that? It's coming apart there. I'm just going to get a little glue in there, and it's going to look like it's all still one piece, and now I have this cool structure. So the reason I made this, and it was just like an idea of what I wanted to do, was actually for a grander purpose. I want to make some scatter that I can lean against nice buildings like this one we just made. They're 2 square and perfect. I want to make some scatter that we can, like, that it's kind of like tripod-y, that we can just put on stuff to make it look crappy. And you're thinking to yourself, why do we need to do that? We don't, but it's going to be fun. So let's make some more pieces. Let's make ourselves a kind of half-ass base. Oops. It's not good to have your blade out that far. So what I'm doing is I'm going to get that piece there. I'm going to shove that on there and make a half-ass base for this. And I want this to be something I can lean against a building and it be crooked and horrible and ungood. So I'm going to get some glue here. I'm going to shove that down on that base at an angle like that. Get a little bit of glue there and a little bit of glue there. I'm going to glue this biggest piece here up like that to kind of hold that. Okay. And then I'm going to get these pieces. I'm going to make a half-ass stack with them. And I'm going to do that like this. Just canting them back and forth. Just like that. And I'm going to put that on my base at an angle. Then I'm going to get a piece of straw or something. Oh, this piece is sick. I'm saving that for something. We'll use some of this down here. And we want this to kind of be sticking out. I'm going to get a decent sized glob, push that into place, rub it around, and get it good and on there, permanent home wise. Oops, my fingers aren't working. It's part of getting old, I suppose. Be alright. I'm going to set this one here. I'm just going to get a little bit of glue in there. I'm going to drag that in the glue and down to the base up at an angle. So where that's kind of in there forever. Then I'm going to get one back here. Pretty thick glob. Okay. Now, if you don't want this to be so perfect right there, get a lighter. I don't know where I put mine. I put it in the drawer? Yeah, I did. Okay. And while you're getting rid of your spider webs, just lightly hit that. And just roll your pipe a little bit. But you don't want to go overboard with that, okay? That's probably putting harmful fumes up in the air. So if you don't have good ventilation like I do, I actually have a fan set up to like clear this place out. If you don't have that, maybe don't do that. That's just a thought. So now I can throw something like this up against a building or any of these kind of pieces, or on top of it, or just use it as random scatter to block view. And it doesn't take much to make this. So all I have to do at this point is spray paint this. Do I spray paint in here? It's in the other room. It's okay, I'll use this. I use this satin, even though it's not the ideal. Okay. And satin is not ideal, and especially any kind of semi-gloss or satin or gloss in cold weather is really bad. We're going to dry this off the best we can at this point. Some metallic here left over from the last project. I'm going to get some dark brown. And that metallic, I really like to use it like a copper kind of metallic for this, but this will work. Now, mind you, this is all super high gloss. So we don't even know how dry it is or isn't from the spray painting it. And we know that since I use a different base coat colors, this is going to stick out and be a little different aesthetically from the majority of the campaign stuff I've built for this, for the Nye system. Nye is just like the dystopian, future, apocalyptic kind of Tomorrow Comes Doom setting. I just call it Nye, like the end is nigh. Each of the Tomorrow Comes Doom systems, I've just named it something else. Like the Wild West one's called Frontier. You know? You don't have to spend a whole bunch of time doing what I just did here and getting it all as well as I did either. I'm going to set that off. Mother pecker. Now we're going to try to dry it off again. So I really just wanted to build the I-beam, and then I was like, I gotta have an excuse for the I-beam. So in my head, I was like kind of throwing shit around. One of them was these pieces that you could throw on a nice building and make it look like garbage, and that's what I tried to do. I'm gonna have to use a copper color because I just don't like the way that looks for my girder with the my brown in it. So I'm gonna get a little bit of my copper color here. There we go. I'm gonna get that small brush here, the fan brush I was using earlier on the other video. I'm gonna mix those together. It's pretty wet. And I like that color better. And I'm just gonna haphazardly splash that on there and get it the way I want it to look. I'm gonna hit my pipes with that a little bit. And just gonna dab around in some different areas. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that copper and hit some spots that I missed with just some of the copperish. Okay. Just like that. Wash my brush. Get some of that metallic, with probably just the silver metallic look. I would dab my pipes a little bit because I want them to be that way. I'm going to just buck around on here some, make some weird shit. This is really watered down. I'm going to come in here with that and mush the sides of the base a little bit to give it some variation. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to get that yellow, not that yellow, a yellow. Just like that. I got a little bit on that pipe. That's okay. I could clean that up if I wanted, I guess. Or I could leave it. Something like that. I'm going to get a black. I'm just going to use some Dollar Tree black real quick. This is a really crappy paint. I love it. It's really good for this kind of stuff. I'm just going to use it right out of the cap. I'm going to get a thin brush. Thin brush is damp. I just use my mouth to dampen it. Then I'm going to make some construction kind of stripes. And they don't have to be perfect. People will see this and they will associate this with construction, whether it's perfect or not. Then I'm going to get that. And I'm going to clean up some of that mess I made with the yellow right there. And then I'm going to get my same black and I'm going to shove it down here underneath and make it really gross and oily. And I usually use a metallic for that, but I threw that on the floor, so we're just going to use black and hope that it looks okay. I'm going to get that, set it off to the side, rinse that same brush I was just using. And let's get a bright blue. I'm going to use this right out of the cap with a damp brush. Oh, not enough. There we go. I'm going to smear that around up on here and give this a blue tint. Just like that. Hit the side there a little bit, hit the side there a little bit to look like a stack of metal that was once blue. Then, I'm not doing anything else with this right now. I could hit it with a metallic dry brush. That would look good, but I don't need to. So I'm just going to quickly say, hey, look at this. Okay. I'm going to get a knife and remove this. Pull this little bit of glue off the bottom here. And then use that. And now I can throw that along here or here, or on here. I can throw this anywhere. Little pieces like this will really fill out the game board nicely. Even just against a miniature, it's pretty giant. It looks like it's ancient pieces of construction. This could look like a piece that's coming out of a ground, maybe the ground underneath it's a part of a building, whatever you want. So let's do the quick show here of what we did. It was just a piece of cardboard on a piece of cardboard, with some cardboard and some cardboard and some cardboard, and 3 pieces of part of a straw and some paint, and we've made ourselves this nice little... What if I could screenshot that just like that? Anyways, I don't know how to screenshot. That's what you get. Something like that. Real easy, real basic. I had a lot of fun making that. I'd like to make more of these. I don't know if you guys want to see videos of that. If you do, let me know, and I'll make more little stuff like that. But I had a nice time making that. That's super great, and it's going to do exactly what I want it to. And a few more of those will definitely contribute to that look. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.